on the radar. We back, and I got the good homie UNI-G here today. What's up, bro?
What's up, bro? What's up?
This kind of came out of nowhere, and that's a good thing because the homie Will Styles. Shout out to the major record label showcase.
Right.
He actually sent me a little message about you, and then I saw that your DM was in my inbox. I'm like, I need to make sure that I don't open it now.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm gonna have you on, but I had to like filter through all the other DMs, and I had to wait for the perfect moment. But I'm happy we finally could do this, bro. This is exciting, man. And I got a lot of questions. So you're from the Bronx originally, right?
Born and raised.
So tell me how you got into this whole the whole rapping thing and whatnot.
Being from the Bronx, banging on the table at lunchtime, and I was a jokester growing up. So my teachers,
I get that from the energy.
You know what I'm saying? So that quickly translated into like us dissing each other than just us battling each other as kids. And then I really started taking it seriously because I ended up being in the yearbook as the best freestyle artist in my school. So then
get the hell out.
Yeah, in PS 95. So then when I got to high school, I would battle people, and I met somebody named Mr. Biggs. He was a part of Africa Bambaataa and the Sonic Force. And some legends. And
Jazzy Africa Bambaataa. You gotta casually when you talk, you just gotta casually Africa Bambaataa, and then you wait to see if people know who that is.
Right, exactly.
But continue.
Yeah, so I met them, and they took me to the studio, and they were also working with Rick Rubin, et cetera, et cetera. So, so and they're like, yo, you're pretty dope. You should leave the freestyle on the side and really make songs. It's a different craft. So I'm like, all right, I'll try it. And we were making songs, and they really love what I did. And from there, I'm like, you know what? Let me just hone into what I'm doing. And I just started making music. And my first big single, which was a joke, as my origin. It was called "Do the Cocoa Butter." But my audience grew from there. It was such a bad song, but it's terrible. Yeah.
I feel like that's it's always the songs that you care the least about that do well. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody talk about Lil Nas. Like I'm sure he did Old Town. Like if you saw when he first dropped Old Town Road, it was literally it was the music video for the song was just clips from Red Dead Redemption 2's trailer. Have you seen it? You never seen it?
I have.
And I'm just and I remember when because I got hip to the song pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Like right before the whole Billboard controversy came around.
Right.
And I was just like, crazy. What is it? You know what I'm saying? Like he did it as a joke, and now look.
Exactly.
It's like the biggest song in the world.
And you know what? That's how I did it too. I just did my song as a joke. But then it wasn't until somebody hit me up on Facebook, and she was like, I was planning on committing suicide today, and your song came on, and I didn't want to anymore. It made me smile. And then I always knew God gave me the gift of, just talking and changing people's lives. Because from then on, I'm like, let me take this more seriously. And then I dropped my single Swerve, and then Swerve
went crazy.
It went crazy.
And then you went on a tour with the same type
the Swerve
of
tour,
name, right?
Swerve tour, and Swerve tour. Man, I had Fred the Godson on it, Graf, Smoke Dizza. I linked up with Big Crit, Manolo Rose. So many people. I know I'm forgetting Nitty Scott.
Some little names.
Yeah. A few names, and it really blew up. Then. And suddenly I just started in my room because nobody wanted to put me on their tour. So I'm like, let me start my own. And Swerve tour, man. I mean, I can't say that. What are you talking about?
Okay.
I'm just hot.
It's already blocked out by now, so y'all won't know. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. A few people, Revolt TV. I think
Revolt. Yep, you could totally say
cool.
Revolt.
Yeah, so Revolt
our people
to cover it. And then I just led on with that single, and then I dropped Welcome to My Universe, and it just
that's dope. That's dope. And that Summertime record is really, and it's cool because sometimes I feel like it's kind of. Some records take a little more time to carry on, or some records, you'll drop it and then, I guess Lizzo's a good example. I think her record that's popping right now came out like a year and a half ago.
Right.
And your record even doing stuff this summer. We was playing it on Power.
Right.
Shout out to DJ Sus One.
Yeah.
So tell me about this project. How did this whole project come about? What's the meaning behind it?
Right.
So, I love the cover too. The cover is very sick.
Thank you. I started recording Welcome to My Universe 3 years ago, actually, with an engineer. His name is Blue, the engineer. He actually did Solange's project. So so me and Solange was using him at the same time. So it only took really 3 years because it was hard to get a hold of him, and I didn't want no one else to touch the project. So I started with a few singles off, and I just wanted it to be. This is my sophomore project, so I wanted it to be a reintroduction of who I am, because Cocoa Butter and my first album really wasn't honing who I really was. So I'm like, let me make a project where it really speaks to my thought process, because I'm sort of a conscious and commercial artist, but I want my songs to be, heard through my, my message, and I want it to be 100% original. So I made it, and one of my favorite songs on there was actually Right Now, and then Summertime Party was just one of those tracks. I'm like, I just want to make a good,
you want to have a feel-good record.
Feel-good record. And I'm not really one of those trap artists, which goes against the grain right now. So it's hard, and I knew it was gonna be tough trying to get artists to, I mean DJs and other people to really gravitate. But
if you make a fun
sound.
song, I still think like people still fuck with it.
You know what? But it's hard because a lot of DJs are like, I'm not gonna play it because I don't really. That's not what's hot right now, and I don't know how people are gonna react. And that's what a lot of DJs were telling me. They were like, you know what? I'm scared to play your record because it's not now. You know, to me, it's outdated. And I'm like, there's no such thing to me as a club record per se.
Right.
They were playing Tupac in the club at a point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like. I'm like, I'm just gonna make music that
you never know what
me.
records are gonna pop off. You know what I'm saying? Like people say that like, oh, traps is what's hot right now, but then like other record, like Old Town Road will become like the song of the summer. A country hip hop record.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like
who
would have thought a year from now that the number one song in probably of all time on the Billboard, whatever, however long it's the records it's breaking would be. A hip hop art. He's not even a hip hop artist like that. He does like a bunch of different stuff. But a 20-year-old kid making a country song, but then the 20-year-old kid is also making rock songs, and then the 20-year-old kid is also making trap songs.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
So I love that he made it. You know what I'm saying? I love that Kendrick made it. I love that Cole made it.
Because it opens a lot of doors for other people too.
And it's like, can y'all see? Can y'all open your minds now? Like music isn't limited to one idea or one sound. Let's broaden it. Let's bring originality back. And that's what I think has been missing for some time now because. A lot of artists sound like other artists to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So what do you describe your sound as?
Legit, the line between conscious and commercial. Like, I don't know what you would consider Jay-Z because he's now stepping into more of the conscious. But
I feel like Jay-Z's always kind of been conscious. It's just been like different types of conscious.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
I think that's where I kind of fall.
Because you got like gangster conscious, and then but now you got like you got pops conscious kind of. You know what I'm saying? Like more mature I think that there's different levels to like how conscious you could be. Because you could still be rapping about guns and drugs, but you could also still be a conscious rapper.
Right.
Like I don't know who really comes to mind, but I feel like a lot of people, especially out in like Cali and stuff like that, oh man, there's a new rapper out in Cali. I can't remember his name right now. But there's a rapper in Cali who I know it was like been rapping about like drugs, but it's been like very like conscious, stuff like that. Like you can still be a conscious pop, but you can still be a conscious youngin at the same time.
Right, exactly. I mean, majority of people can compare me to Kendrick or Cole, but I think that's just because they have no one else to really. And I don't want to be boxed in, but to give you an answer, I guess I would be more compared to like J. Cole, kinda with the hint of more commercial though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like a little more bop to your beat.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like a little more like
right.
uplifting beats versus Cole's like very like slow, melodic.
Right.
And I know you went on tour with Lupe, right?
Yeah, it's my favorite rapper.
That is first of all, like Lupe has had such like a turbulent kind of like career and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But he's been consistent with like his work and his craft.
Yeah.
So I don't even know how to even ask. How the hell did you link up with one of the greats?
Right. You know what? It was originally through my guy, my promoter. His name is Raphael of Levels Management, and he's like, yo, Uni, you have that Lupe sound, and Lupe has always been my favorite rapper since I was a kid. So he connected me with somebody named Sean Healy in California, who's a booking agent, and he's like, yo, we love UNI-G sound. We think he'd be perfect to connect with Lupe. Right. So we fly out to Cali for my first time, and they're like, yeah, you open up for Lupe. They heard a few songs off my album, Right Now, Who Am I, and a song called Didn't Know, and they were like, yeah, this is it. So I'm like, I get to meet Lupe. Like, what?
So how long was the tour? Was it like a multi-city tour?
Yeah, because
would he like perform here and there, and then you'd be there?
I was on my own tour, so I just added his shows to like my tour.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
And you put like the little star, you're like opening for Lupe.
Exactly.
Nice,
so I was already on my first Welcome to My Universe tour with Steve Lobel.
Okay.
And a few other people. Will Styles, I put him on it too as well.
Okay. Shout out Will Styles.
So we flew out to Cali, and I opened up for him in the crowd. They were just, I brought out all my antics, my posters, my book bags.
Nice. Yeah. The cardboard you in the corner.
Yeah, I had like 5 of those, so I brought them all out.
I respect it. It's marketing. It's marketing.
Yeah. So I brought on, and it was just a great show. And then from there, Lupe himself was like, I want to keep you on tour, like. It wasn't supposed to happen like that.
Okay, but where's the did he take you in the studio? Did you get like?
No, and I didn't want to overstep because I'm like, this is my favorite rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's like asking Hov, like, yo, like,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Could you take me to Rockefeller? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was just like, I appreciate it. So we did shows in Cali and we did shows in New York. We went to
Fire.
Sony Hall, and Sony Hall was crazy. It was over capacity. You know what I'm saying? It was booked, and I gave my all in that show. And at the end, everybody was screaming my name so much. Lupe was like, "All right, calm down, calm down." You know what I'm saying? But he's about to go back on tour, about to go overseas now.
You're gonna go overseas with him?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. The first leg is my tour, like Iceland, Canada. Those are my shows, and then we're gonna go to Kuwait, Nigeria, so forth.
So you got a nice little bag coming along too,
I got
right?
I'm little son. I'm broke. I'm broke still.
And but being over there, man, they like when they love you over there and they start fucking with you, like you good money for the rest of your life. Because I've had a whole lot of people on the show, right? And like some of them may not have been like popping yet over here, or as big as they want to be over here, but like they go to Europe and they be selling out shows, selling out like not arenas, but like Irving Plaza size type,
that's dope,
type places, and the people genuinely fuck with them over there. And I think it's just because like Europe, they have their artists, but then like I guess American media is so intertwined with like culture around the world that they just be seeing like, oh, you popping over here, and then like they fuck with you over there.
Exactly. I had a show in Dubai last year, and it was like that kind of feel. It was like, oh snap, he's from New York City. You know what I'm saying? It was just like everybody just showing me mad love.
And like you pull up and you're like, yeah, I'm a rapper. I do this. I do this. Lupe Fiasco. This. Hear my records, popping whatever. And then they're like, yo.
Exactly.
And then they're like, you're so like, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's great that you're able to do an overseas tour and then also kind of team up with. I know Lupe really big in like, especially like Asian countries too, if I'm not mistaken. Like he's got a big following over there.
He does.
And the Asian hip hop community is crazy.
Yeah.
Like they're very dope. They're very dope.
And he loves the.
Oh yeah, I know. He had that whole vibe for I forgot the name of the album. The one that was like a very artistic cover.
Yes,
to
Tetsuo and Youth. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There you go. So I also want to ask you. You did a Joe Budden collab a ways back. Was it like 4 or 5 years ago?
Yeah. That was my first album.
And I know that was a while ago, but I just want to know how did that happen?
You know what? Me and Joe Budden had somewhat of a decent relationship. This was before his Love and Hip Hop days, and I just remember my manager Jarvis, hitting his manager up and like, yo, you have to hear UNI-G. He's really dope. And that's when I was really on my more lyrical stuff, like just bar for bar. And he
Joe loved that.
Yeah, he loved
shit.
the bars,
yeah,
so I hit him with
that
straight bars, and I made the beat. I'm a producer as well. And then he was like, yo, I'm on it. I want to get on it, and I want to mess with him. So he gets on the song. He comes up to my album release party. We even shot a video together for another one of my songs, and he just continued to show love. But you know what? I think at the time is when the whole drug addiction was overpowering him, and I just didn't see myself continuing that relationship. It just wasn't as organic as I wanted it to be.
Right.
So we just both kind of decided to just split ways and do our thing. But we dropped the record. The record, it was dope. It's it's on all platforms to stream and download. It was called Gonna Get Us.
Got you.
Yeah,
and what's this chain situation you got?
Yeah, it's my name brand. It's called Cold Chili.
Okay.
It's actually an interesting story. A lot behind the Cold Chili brand. But when I was young, I would see a homeless man eat the chili from Burger King's garbage.
Right.
And it was disgusting. It had green stuff in it, and it just, to me as a child, even as an adult, it represented what was garbage to us was life to him. Because when they stopped selling it, I stopped seeing him. So in my mind as a child, I'm like, damn, he died. You know what I'm saying? But it just represents don't take anything for granted. And what's crazy is that I never intended it to be something that would spread massively, but it grew. Sway in the universe. I can say Sway. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah,
okay.
Go ahead. You can say Sway.
Yeah. Sway Calloway now endorses my brand. He's like my brand ambassador. My jackets. This is my windbreaker.
I got a funny jacket story about Sway.
Okay.
So at one point I was interning over there, and there was, and I have like a lot of like old school starter jackets at the crib, and I would wear them like that's why I like the winter, because obviously you couldn't wear like a different jacket every single day.
Too.
And so when I was interning there, I would wear like a different jacket every single day, and then like Sway was like, yo, we going jacket for jacket every day now, right? Like he was just joking. Because I was working on the midday show there, so I would see him as he was leaving, and he'd be like, "Yo, he's like, watch, I'm gonna outdo you tomorrow." And next day he came in with like a $1,500 jacket. I was like, Sway, I am 19 years old. I was like, I am 19 years old. I cannot afford a billionaire boys club exclusive for I can't afford that.
Right.
So that's just a funny like Sway story I got. But Sway always like, he's such a good guy.
Great guy. He really like puts a lot behind my brand. Anytime he has an event, he makes sure I come through with new merch to like promote.
That's amazing.
When I was out in South by Southwest, he made sure I came on stage. He promoted. And
was this year? Was it a few years
last
ago?
Year.
Last year. Got you.
Yeah, and the year before. And I've been up to Sirius. Like he calls me to come to Sirius. Like it's nothing. I'm like, no, this is serious. I can't just. And we'll just be chilling. He's just talking to me. I'm like, yo, like. It's a dream come true. It's a true blessing. You know what I'm saying? I never thought.
That's dope. That's dope. So how did you get your name too? How did you come up with UNI-G?
When I was young, everything happened when I was young. I had a teacher. Her name was Mrs. Hughes.
Okay.
And I guess because I was just like unique, if you will. She would call me she was my science teacher. She would call me a unicellular. She was like, you can't be duplicated. Like, you're one of a kind. And my friends would already call me Jeebs. So everyone was like, your name's UNI-G. It doesn't mean that anymore.
Oh, that's fire. Okay, I fuck with it. No, I fuck with that.
My name it stands for the unidentified God, which pretty much means to me, just finding ourselves within God and our purpose for living. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. So what you got coming up? What we got? You got new music?
Yeah. So right now, Summertime Party just dropped. That's on the radio. It's we're pushing it. The video.
Shout out Shout out.
You know what I'm saying? Check out the video. And I edited it myself. You know what I'm saying? Next after that, we're gonna drop my single Pablo, which is more on the darker side, but it's pretty much about someone who's living this lifestyle that they're not really about, which can only lead to death or jail. And I just want to promote that. I want to share that image. Like, look, I've had many friends who were killed because of they were drug dealers or they were gangsters because of the environment we were in. It's very controlled. You're either a basketball player, or a drug dealer, or a rapper, which I'm obviously a product of. So that's what this next single Pablo represents, and it has a more of a trap feel, so people can hone into it. But I really hope that people latch on to the words. So that's what I have coming up, working on right now, and as well as this tour, so forth. So, and I actually have a showcase coming up with DJ Dramos on July 28th.
Nice, that's dope. So, you working with Dramos? Hey, shout out my boy Dramos, man. Everybody thinks Dramos and I look alike.
Yeah, I do.
Because of the beard.
And they slick hair too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you hate to see it. People be in his comments tagging me like, I thought this was you, and I'm just like. It's just because we both Puerto Rican, we both have a beard. Like,
that's crazy.
Whatever. But before I let you go, so whenever I got New York artists come in here, and I've been trying to do this more recently, and I gotta ask you, and if you say Hov, I swear to God, because everybody says Hov when I ask them.
Okay.
Who's your? You can say Hov. I'm
okay.
Who is like your dream New York collab? It could be past, present, whatever you want.
My dream New York collaboration.
Yeah, New York artists only. Since this is a New York show.
Right. You know what? Past wise, would have definitely been Biggie.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Present wise, I'm probably going
I like you doing present too. Okay.
Yeah, I have to. Present wise, I'd probably have to go with New York. I mean, I'll have to go with Jay-Z. I kind of want to.
That's past. Come on, that's present, but it's also past. Come
okay.
I need let's do modern. Who we got?
I was gonna say Nas. Okay, cool. Present.
Now you can say Hov is like I transcends that.
Right.
Like, if you're gonna say present, you got to be like current generation, like last 10 years come out.
Okay. Fab. Is
Fab?
Is he kind of?
Fab's early 2000s.
Okay, got you. Okay.
Fab's early 2000s.
Fab is always
you wasn't
relevant.
listening to Deather Store mixtapes when you was a kid? Come on, bro.
You know, I'm probably gonna have to go with A Boogie then.
A Boogie, okay.
Yeah, there's not many artists that I'm really like, I'm taken away by, but A Boogie and Don Q, they're those artists who I'm like, I'm impressed by the bars, and I'm impressed by the melodic, feel that A Boogie gives me. I'm not really Casanova's type of artist, but I think he's dope.
Oh, Cass is fire.
Cass is dope.
Cass come out with a debut album soon. It's gonna be fire.
Right. I mean, he's even been changing the sound with the Afro beat. So I think that's dope.
Yeah.
But I would have to go with Don Q and A Boogie.
Nice. Well, thank you for coming through, man. I appreciate you.
Me,
you had great energy.
Thank you.
Let the people know where they can follow you, where they get your music.
Yep. What's going on, yo? My name is UNI-G. You can follow me on all social medias at I am UNI-G. You can stream my new album. No, add it to your playlist. Don't even stream it. Add it to your playlist. It's called Welcome to My Universe. It's out now, as well as my single Summertime Party, Swerve, Body Bag, so forth and so on. Make sure you take a piece of me home once you get some merch from my website, www.iamuni.com, code Chili. Yeah, it's your boy Uni.
It's your boy UNI-G. On the radar. You heard the man. Go follow him. Go listen to that. Go add it to your playlist. It's on the radar, baby.
Uni.
Let's get it.
Let's go.